Well, this morning I was thinking about confidence and the difference between confidence and pride. And in my experience, confidence has served me very well, whereas pride has always been detrimental. And I was thinking about the difference between the two and how pride can in some ways be a good thing if it leads to confidence, because pride is usually a very external thing. We take pride in our work. We take pride when somebody gives us affirmation about ourselves, about our work, but it's something very external. Whereas confidence is very internal and building on our work with honesty and patience, truthfulness. When we can be very honest, very truthful, and very patient with ourselves, we then can be very honest about where we are and take confidence in where we are and not be lying to ourselves or lying to others, which will usually create pride and being prideful, because pride is not real. Pride is the facade of something that we are using to cover up the honesty of where our confidence is. And a lot of times you will meet prideful people and they annoy you, and you're just like, why do you annoy me so much? And usually it's because they are covering up a lack of confidence. And so I thought today it would be nice to do a little more of an internal exploration into that confidence, into that honesty, patience, truth, and that deep, sometimes harsh honesty with ourselves. And when honest with ourselves, knowing that we have the strength and confidence to accept that truth. So sitting tall, finding a nice long straight spine, letting the crown of the head be right over the tailbone. Tuck the chin slightly to feel a little longer through the back of the neck. Relax the shoulders back. Take a deep inhale in, reach the crown of the head a little higher. Exhale, let your shoulders relax down, let your knees and hips get a little heavier. Take a deep inhale in and hold the breath at the top. Notice any thoughts going on, any reactions in the body, any distractions. And then open the mouth and exhale it out. Take a huge inhale in through the nose. Hold the breath at the top. And then sitting in stillness, notice if there's a part of your body that wants to move. Are you sitting in stillness because I am telling you to be still? Or are you sitting in stillness because it is the truth of where your body would like to be right now? Open the mouth, exhale it out. Take one more deep inhale in, really let the diaphragm and belly spill out. Hold the breath at the top. Reach the crown of the head a little higher. Roll the shoulders back a little more. Now open the mouth, exhale it out. Transfer the breath just to your nose. Taking an inhale in for 3, 2, 1. Exhale out. 3, 2, 1. Keeping the same even breath. Throughout our practice today, since we're really doing an internal exploration of telling ourselves the truth and where our confidence and strength is, as much as you can, I want you to close your eyes and come back to this same breath. On your next inhale, inhale the arms out and up. Exhale, bring the palms together down to the third eye. May your practice cultivate enlightened thoughts. Inhale, exhale in front of the mouth. May your practice cultivate enlightened speech. Inhale, exhale in front of the heart. May all of your practices cultivate an enlightened heart. Pull your knees up into your chest and float your toes. Already rolling the shoulders back and engaging the core. Bring the shins parallel to the earth. The hands underneath your knees. And flex and point your toes. Same long inhales and long exhales. And then pointing your toes, release your hands and straighten the legs as much as you can. Keep rolling the shoulders back, engaging your core. Our core is our strength, our breath, our solar plexus, and from where our confidence is generated. When you have that strong connection to your breath, strong connection to your core, confidence oftentimes becomes a little easier. Taking a little deeper breath. Take one more inhale in. Exhale, float everything just 2 inches off the earth. Inhale up. Exhale, float. Inhale up. Exhale, float. And breathe. Long inhales and long exhales. Inhale up one more time. Slowly exhale down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release down to the earth. Bring your heels up towards your sit bones. And then push your heels away from you so that you can feel each one of your vertebrae down on the mat. Point your fingertips up into the sky. Engage your core and lift your feet just a centimeter off the earth. Keep your knees on the other side of your hips. Same long inhales and long exhales. Now your low vertebrae are going to try to make their way up off your mat. See if you can push each and every one of them down. Same long inhales and long exhales. Notice if the vertebrae are still attached and engage the core a little deeper. And not just touching your mat, but pushing down into your mat. Let your knees fall to the right side. Keep the toes just an inch up off the earth. Interlace the hands behind your head. And lift your right elbow toward your left hip. Still breathing deep. And let your knees head over to the left. Left elbow toward that right hip. Toes just a centimeter off the earth. Still trying to keep your vertebra close to the mat. They're going to come up a little bit. Engage your core and breathe. And then let your feet come straight up into the sky. Flex your toes. Reach your fingertips towards your toes. Try and lift your shoulder blades up off the earth. Deep breaths. And then placing your heels down. Hip distance apart. Push your heels down. Lift your hips up. Tuck one shoulder blade and then the other. Interlace your hands. Come up for bridge. Release the core. And rolling down one vertebra at a time, coming up to the balls of the feet. Use your core. Inhale up, boat. And breathe. Roll the shoulders back. And then send the feet all the way around back behind you. And come in to Sphinx. Elbows right under your shoulders. Push down with the palms. Roll the shoulders back. Pull the elbows back toward your hips. Release the core. Same deep breath. Maybe closing the eyes. Finding that internal honesty and confidence with right where you are. And then reach the arms out in front of you. Thumbs pointing up. Turn the gaze down if there's any pinching in the back of your neck. Keep your big toes together and lift your heels up. Same deep breath. Keeping the chest floating, reach the hands back. Interlace the hands. And get your wrists up off your sit bones. Try and keep your palms together. Roll the shoulder blades back. Closing the eyes, deep breaths. Find that internal strength. See how deep your breath can go. And trust yourself. Be honest with yourself. Be patient with yourself. Keeping the knees and the chest up off the earth. Bend into the knees. Reach back for your ankles. Kick into your hands. Feel your chest float. Bring your knees back together as they spread. Deep breaths. Rolling the shoulders back a little more. Closing the eyes. Breathing a little deeper. Going a little deeper. Take one more inhale in. Get everything a little higher. And exhale all the way back to child's pose. Big toes together, knees nice and wide. Really releasing the low back. Confidence and honesty with yourself are two rather powerful things. As good as we are at lying to ourselves, there's still a part of us that knows that we're lying. So, see if you can breathe a little deeper, go a little deeper, and find confidence in your truth. Now, it might not be the truth that you wished, but it is the truth nonetheless. And with patience, kindness, understanding, trust, it is possible to change our truth. But we have to have the confidence to see it first. Little deeper breath. On an inhale, coming forward to tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes and come into plank. Roll the shoulders back, tuck the pelvis underneath you, reach the crown of the head long, spreading each and every one of the fingers, grounding down, first through the tips of your fingers, and then through the knuckles connected to your palm, and then to your center knuckles pushing down into the earth. Roll the shoulders back, tuck the pelvis a little more. Take one more inhale in. Exhale down with the left elbow first to forearm plank. Interlace the fingers except for the pinky and ring. Roll the shoulders back, tuck the pelvis a little more. Pull the elbows back towards your big toes and toward each other. And breathe. Long inhales, long exhales. On your next inhale, left hand first, back up to plank. Keep the pelvis tucked. Exhale, right elbow first, forearm plank. Slow, deep breaths. Tuck the pelvis under, pull the elbows back toward the big toes. Find that strength. Breathe a little deeper, go a little deeper. On an inhale, right hand first, back up to plank. Exhale down to chaturanga, shoulders way out over the fingertips. Inhale through and up, your back bend of choice. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling forward to plank. Exhale down to chaturanga, elbows in, shoulders out, pressing down with the whole finger. Inhale through and up. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling forward one more time. Exhaling down. Inhale through and up. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Bend one knee and then the other. Sink the heart a little closer to your toes. Spreading the hands. And walk your hands back to your feet. Big toes a little closer than your heels. And release down, shaking the head, releasing the whole torso. Transferring the weight a little more toward the balls of the feet. Inhale halfway up, hands to shins, feeling long, tuck the chin. Exhale, pull against the back of the legs. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, pull a little deeper. Inhale halfway up. Exhale and pull. Put a little bend in the knees. Inhale, roll up one vertebra at a time, letting the head be the last thing to come up. Feeling each vertebra stack on top of the other. Bring the hands to heart center, close the eyes. Keeping the eyes closed, continuing that internal exploration. Start to transfer the weight over toward the right foot. Maybe bringing those left toes just to your ankles. See if you can keep the eyes closed. See how it feels to find your balance without your vision. If you need to keep the tips of your left toes on the earth to find that balance in the right foot, feel that exploration of those balancing muscles. Spreading the toes a little more. finding your breath. Maybe bringing that left foot up. Try to not open your eyes. Exploring with that right foot. Exploring with your breath. Balancing without that drishti, that focal point, it's a very interesting thing. So be honest with yourself, move slow. As you're ready, place that left foot down. Transfer the weight over toward the left foot. Try to not open your eyes. Bring those right toes into the ankle, maybe the calf, maybe all the way up, just not on the knee. Explore with the crown of the head a little higher. Explore with a little deeper breath. Explore what's happening with that left foot, finding its balance. Slowly place that right foot down, hip distance apart. Inhale the arms out and up. Exhale, lead with the heart heading down to the toes. And then just take a moment and see if you can remember how you were breathing when we were working on tree. With our eyes closed, did we start holding our breath or finding shorter breaths? And bending deep into the knees. Inhale the fingers up, Utkatasana. Again, closing the eyes. Transferring the weight towards your heels. Relax the shoulders down. Deeper breath. Trying to get the chest a little higher so all the work is happening in your quads and not your low back. Don't worry about what you look like. That's pride talking. Just going internally, notice how you feel. Notice what musculature is working. See if you can engage your hamstrings, transferring the weight a little more towards your heels. Get your chest a little higher to work those quads a little more. Take one more inhale in. Exhale, hands to heart center, right elbow, left thigh. With your eyes closed, see if you can feel if one knee is coming out in front of the other, or if they're collapsing in toward each other. Push down a little more with that left hand. Push down a little more with that right elbow. Open that heart a little more up into the sky. Bend a little deeper into the knees. Breathe a little deeper. Inhale, coming back to Utkatasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. Left elbow, right thigh. Deep breaths. That internal exploration. Notice if the knees are where they're supposed to be. Noticing your breath. Inhale, coming back to Utkatasana. Exhale, lead with the heart, heading down. Walk the hands back out toward downward dog, but only as far as you can keep your heels down on the earth. And then reach back with the right hand for the outside of the left ankle. Gazing underneath that left tricep. Grounding down to the tips of those left fingers. And then placing the right hand down and reach back with the left. Sinking the heart toward your toes, gazing underneath that right tricep, using your left bicep to pull yourself in a little more. Ground that right heel down. Breathe deep. Spreading through the fingers on the right hand. Placing the left hand down. Walking back out to downward facing dog. Inhale, coming forward to plank. Exhale down to chaturanga. Inhale through and up. And exhale back to child's pose. Really releasing here for a moment. See if you can just take a scan through your body with your breath and just let each and every muscle let go. Just sinking down into the earth. Very nice. Inhale, coming forward to tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes to plank. Bring your feet together, back behind you. Roll up onto the outside of that right foot. Get the hips high and lift the left fingers up. Really spreading the fingers on that right hand. And place that right knee down if you need to. Maybe bringing that left foot up to tree. Try and get those hips a little higher. Take one more inhale in. Exhale, coming back through plank, maybe all the way down to chaturanga. Inhale, back up to plank. Feet next to each other, roll up onto the outside of those left toes, right fingers up. Breathe. Try and get the hips a little higher, maybe bringing that right foot in. Same long inhales and long exhales. Spread the fingers on the left hand, take one more inhale in. Exhale, coming back through plank, down to chaturanga. Inhale, back up to plank. Exhale down to forearm plank. Interlace the finger, except for the pinky and ring. And then start to send your chest down towards your toes, walk your toes in for dolphin. Maybe placing the crown of your head down. One foot at a time, find your way up, if you'd like, to Savasana. Deep breaths. We're spending a few breaths in dolphin, sinking your heart towards your toes, really getting into the flexibility of the shoulders. And then as you're ready, place the knees down and head back for child's pose. Walk the hands over to the right side. Place the left hand on top of the right, releasing through the left side of the body. And then walk the hands over to the left side. Place the right hand on top of the left. And then coming back through center. Coming up to tabletop. Let your knees be slightly behind your hips. Really spreading the fingers. And then very slowly with control, start to lift the palms of your hands up off the earth, rolling up on to your strong flattened out finger. And slowly releasing down. Inhale, slowly coming up. Exhale, slowly releasing down. If you'd like, you can tuck your toes. Slowly coming up. And slowly releasing down as you exhale. Inhale up one more time. Exhale and release. Sit back on your heels. Turn your fingertips back towards you. Release the wrists. Roll the shoulders back. Let your right heel come to the outside of your sit bones. Bring your left foot around in front. And then just slowly lean back, coming into a half hero stretch. To whatever degree is comfortable. Find your way back up. The right foot come out. Bring that left foot back. And release the left quad. Same deep breaths. And slowly finding your way back out. Coming all the way forward to the lunge on the right side. Tuck the left toes. Be sure the right heel is right underneath the right knee. Left hand lined up with those left toes. Take the right fingers up. Same deep breaths. Long inhales and long exhales. Stacking that right shoulder on top of the left. Closing the eyes. Feel if that right knee is collapsing out to the side, pull it back in. Feel if the right hip is sticking out, pull it back in. Take one more inhale in. Exhale, place that right hand down. Bring your hands to your hips and come up. Pulling back on that right heel. Using your hands to feel your pelvis tucking forward, reaching that left heel back, engaging the core, relax the shoulders. Take an inhale in. Exhale, float that left knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, float. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, float. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend a little deeper. Inhale the fingers up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Left elbow, right thigh. Feeling long, reaching back with that left heel. Coming into any variation that you would like. And breathe. Maybe closing the eyes. Finding that breath, finding that confidence. Breathe a little deeper, go a little deeper. One more inhale in. And exhale, slowly unwind. Place that left knee down, untuck the toes. Send your hips back so you can place that right foot back behind you. Sit down in between your heels if it's comfortable, keeping your knees together. Make your way back for full hero's pose. Same deep breaths. Slowly making your way back up. Bring that left foot back out. Take the weight forward. And lunge. Tuck the right toes. Left heel right underneath that left knee. Right fingers down. Left fingers up. Deep breaths. Close the eyes. And explore. Finding a little deeper breath. Opening that left shoulder a little more. Bringing that left knee and left hip in. Beautiful. One more. Inhale in, get that right shoulder down, left fingers up. Exhale, place that hand down. Bring the hands to your hips and come up. Bringing the hips forward, reaching back with that right heel, pulling back on the left heel, engaging underneath that thigh, engage the core. Deep breaths. Take an inhale in. Exhale, float that right knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, float. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, float. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend a little deeper. Inhale those fingers up. Exhale, heart center. Right elbow, left thigh. Any variation that you'd like. And breathe. Stopping anywhere along the way. Having the strength and confidence to know if you need to put that right knee down. Open that left shoulder a little more. Find a little deeper breath. Take one more inhale in. Exhale, unwind. Send that left foot back to meet the right. Take an inhale in. Exhale down to chaturanga. Inhale through and up. Maybe taking a moment in the back bend to rock from side to side to release through the front of the body and the hips. And exhale back to child's pose. Few deep breaths. Inhale, coming forward to tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale that right heel up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale that heel up. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale that heel up. Right knee, right elbow. Inhale that heel up. Exhale, knee to nose. Softly place the right foot down, right in between your hands. Place that left heel down. Inhale up, warrior two. Tucking the hips under, parallel to that long side. Grounding down through that back left toe. Right knee right out over the right toes. Engaging the core. Relax the shoulders right over the hips. And breathe. Right elbow, right thigh. Left arm up and over. Pushing out with that right elbow to tuck that right hip under. Maybe right fingertips down, left fingers up. Maybe reaching that left arm behind your back without letting that left shoulder move. See if you can reach those right fingers under. And breathe. Very nice. Finding a deeper breath, finding that confidence and honesty to stop anywhere along the way. On your next inhale, head all the way back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, bend a little deeper into that front leg. Inhale, straighten, reach. And exhale, reach those fingers far out, tuck that right hip under. And reach down toward the shin, peace grip. Earth, really tucking that right hip under, pulling those left ribs in. Same long inhales and long exhales. Trying to align every joint in the body. Staying here, bring that left hand to your hip. Bend into that right knee. Take the weight forward and up. Again, aligning every joint, stacking that left hip on top of the right. Maybe reaching those left fingers up. Maybe floating up off the right fingertips. And breathe. Long inhales and long exhales. And then slowly place the fingertips down if you need to. Bring that left hip parallel to the right or right next to it. Bring hands to heart center, warrior three. Find that one spot at which to gaze. Find your strength, find your balance, find your breath. Take an inhale in. Exhale, bend into that supporting leg. Send that left foot back. Place the left heel down this time and come up for warrior one. Trying to get that left hip just as far forward. If you're having any trouble with balance, bring that right foot out to the right side. Widen your stance. Deep breaths. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Exhale, lead with the heart. Fingers down. Pyramid. Staying here, keep those left fingers down. Reach the right hand up. Again, staying here, bending into that right knee. Take the weight forward and up. Try and reach that left heel straight back behind you. Deep breaths. Engage the inside of that left thigh to get that left heel a little higher. Take one more inhale in. Exhale, bend into that supporting leg. Place that left foot all the way back. Send the right foot back and up. Bend the knee, let it fall over to the side. Either stay here, trust that the earth is there, and flip your dog. Kamatkatasana. Take a breath. And then bring that right hand back. Right heel up. Exhale. Place it down. Inhale, coming forward to plank. Exhale down to chaturanga. Inhale through and up. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale that left heel up. Exhale knee to nose. Inhale that heel up. Exhale left knee, right elbow. Inhale that heel up. Left knee, left elbow. Inhale that heel up. Knee to nose. Softly place that foot down. Right heel down. Inhale up. Warrior two. A few deep breaths. All of that same alignment, tucking the hips underneath you, grounding down, pulling the feet in toward each other. Knee right out over those toes, relaxing the shoulders, engaging the core. Deep breaths. Left elbow, left thigh, right arm up and over. Maybe the left finger's down, right finger's up. Perhaps bind if it's in your practice. Really feeling that left hip tucking under, so it's not sticking out to the side. And breathe. Same long inhales and long exhales, going a little deeper, finding that confidence, finding that breath. Inhale, heading all the way back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, bend a little deeper. Inhale, lengthen, reach, feel long. And as you exhale, head down toward your Trikonasana. Aligning every joint in the body. Notice if those right ribs are sticking out. See if you can engage those right obliques. Tuck that left hip a little more. Staying here, right hand to your hip. Bend into that left knee. Left fingertips out. Weight forward and up. Stacking that right hip on top of the left. Again, aligning every joint. Reach those right fingertips up if you'd like. Float off those left hands. Breathe. Maybe placing the fingertips down, or just bringing the hands to heart center. Right hip lined up with the left. Flex those right toes, point them down, float the chest and heel. Long inhales, long exhales. Breathe a little deeper, go a little deeper, find that confidence. One more inhale in. Exhale, bend into that left knee, send that right foot back, place the heel down. Inhale up, warrior one. Trying to get those hips just as far forward as they were in crescent pose. And breathe. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Exhale, lead with the heart. Let that left hip head back and right hip head forward. Staying here, or right fingers down, left fingers up. And again, staying here, bending into that left knee. Take the weight forward and up. Same deep breaths. Stacking that left shoulder on top of the right. Reaching that right heel back and up. Taking one more inhale in. Exhale, place the hands down. Take that right foot all the way back. Take the left foot up. Bend the knee, point the toe, let it fall over to the side. Flip if you would like, Kamakattasana. And then bringing that left hand back. Inhale that left heel up. Exhale, place it down. Inhale, coming forward to plank. Exhale down to Chaturanga. Inhale through and up. Exhale back to Child's Pose. Take an inhale in. Open the mouth, let it out. One more time, inhale in. Open the mouth, let it out. Notice what you're saying to yourself. Notice what your breath is doing and where it's going. See if you can find a little more honesty with yourself, to trust yourself, to be patient. Inhale, coming forward to tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale that right heel up. Exhale, bring it forward and through. Place it down near the right hand. Place that left knee down. Walk the right foot out to the right side of the mat. Let your right heel be out in front of your right knee. Pushing down with the top of that left foot. Maybe coming down to just the left forearm. Maybe both. Maybe letting that right leg fall slightly out to the right side. Sinking your hips down by pushing down with the top of that left foot. Release the head, neck, and shoulders. If you'd like, you can place 2 fists down on the earth. Place your forehead down. Breathe and release. Finding that trust and confidence in your hips, in your body, in your breath. Doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter what other people might see and what you're doing. Close the eyes and find that internal exploration to find your truth and your confidence with right where you are. Slowly coming up to your hands. Heel toe that right foot all the way over to the left side of your mat. Really flexing those right toes. Place that right knee down. Be sure the entirety of that right leg is down. If it's not, then bend that left knee as much as you need to. Tendency here is to let that right foot come in toward that left thigh. That is a different stretch. You really think about your belly button coming right down toward that shin. Really flexing those right toes. Be sure there's no pinching in that right knee. Notice if your shin is paralleling toward the front of your mat. And breathe. Pigeon has been and still is my least favorite pose. It's something that I am honest about with myself. And so I have the breath and confidence to come into it, knowing that I am where I am and that maybe someday my hips will open up. But I have the confidence with where I am. My body is where it is. And that honesty and patience. It is oftentimes our least favorite poses that our body needs the most. Really letting the torso be heavy, head be heavy. And slowly come up to the hands, tuck the left toes. Send that right foot gently back and up, releasing that hip. Placing that foot down next to the left, inhale the left foot up. And exhale, bring it forward and through. Heel toe it out to the left side of the mat. Left heel out in front of the left knee. Place the right foot down. Right knee maybe coming down one forearm at a time. Maybe letting that knee fall out. And breathe. As you breathe and explore, see what happens if you start to walk your elbows closer towards your foot. or your hands closer towards your foot. Finding that same breath, closing the eyes, that confidence and exploration. Same deep inhales and long exhales. Noticing what habits are coming up. Thoughts, physicalities. Trust, confidence, honesty, patience. And breath. Slowly coming up to your hands. Heel toe that left foot over to the right side of the mat. Really flex those toes. Parallel your shin toward the short side of your mat. If you need to, bring that right knee in. You can bring it all the way to a modified pigeon. Belly button right toward that shin. And head down. Deep breaths, release the head, neck, and shoulders. Keep pushing down with that left pinky toe. So that way all the work is happening in that left hip and not in that left knee. Close the eyes and explore. Go a little deeper. Find a deeper breath. Find that strength and confidence. Find that honesty, trust, patience. A little deeper with a breath. A little deeper with that exploration. A little deeper with that honesty. Remembering to find appreciation for where you are, and through the appreciation, finding patience, and through that patience, recognizing your strength, and in that strength, find your confidence. You don't need external affirmations. You need not look for pride, but that true, deep trust, honesty, and understanding in confidence. Slowly coming up to your hands, tuck the right toes. Gently send that left foot up and back. Release that hip. Place it down next to the right. Inhale, coming forward to plank. Exhale down to chaturanga. Inhale through and up. Exhale back, our final Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Notice if it feels a little different. And then inhale forward to plank. And exhale down to your back. If you're inverting today, go ahead and send your feet up over your head and come into plow. If you're not inverting today, soles of the feet together, knees out to the side, right hand to your heart, left hand to your diaphragm, Supta Baddha Konasana. For those of you inverting, play with your feet walking towards your head and walking away. Notice how that changes the stretch through the spinal cord. And then getting your hands high up on your back, being sure that all the weight is in your shoulders and elbows. Make your way up to shoulder stand. And breathe. Same long inhales and long exhales. For those of you in Supta Baddha Konasana, bring your hands down to put a little weight, to open those hips a little more if you'd like. For those of you in shoulder stand, either finding a little stillness, playing with one foot and the other down toward the earth. And then rolling down, back through plow. Deaf man's pose, balancing your knees on your forehead. Everyone pull your knees up into your chest, reach the insides of your knees, outsides of your feet, rocking from side to side. Try and keep your tailbone down on the earth. And placing your heels down, hip distance apart, and come up for another back bend. So if you'd like, you can come into bridge, tucking one shoulder and then the other. Notice if your knees are still hip distance apart, or place the hands under your shoulders. And push up for Urdhva Dhanurasana. Deep breaths wherever you are. Closing the eyes, finding that internal exploration. As you're ready, coming up to the balls of the feet, roll down one vertebra at a time. Bring your knees up into your chest. Straighten that left leg out. Let the right arm come out to the side, pull the right leg over the body. Try and bring that knee up towards your shoulder, but allow your hip to head down away from your chest. Try and ground that right shoulder down. Deep breaths. Notice if you're holding on to any last thoughts, resistance, worries, and just allow them to seep out of you. Finding a little deeper breath, knowing that you've dedicated this time to yourself, and know that there's nowhere else you need be. Nice deep breaths, coming back through center. Bringing that left knee in. Hold on to it with the right hand. Let it fall over to the side. Twisting out, wringing out anything that's left. And having the confidence in your knowledge of self that you need not hold on to anything while you allow yourself just to breathe for these next few minutes. Allow the integration of all of that work. Allow your nervous system to reset itself, to find different pathways, new habits. Just allow that breath and that strength. Slowly coming back through center. Extend out into our final Shavasana, tucking one shoulder blade and then the other. Palms up if you'd like to receive, palms down if you'd like to conserve. Let your toes fall away from each other. If your tongue is connected to the roof of your mouth, release it. Feel that clear passage of air. Allowing whatever emotions, feelings, thoughts to just wash over and through you. Knowing that you have the strength to experience whatever it might be. Not worrying about what's going on around you, not worrying about that pride. Just going deeper and finding that self-confidence, that honesty, trust, patience. And for these next few minutes, allow yourself just to be. Slowly allow yourself to come back to your breath, noticing how you're breathing, perhaps running your thumbs over your fingertips, maybe stretching your arms up above you, rocking your head from side to side, flexing and pointing your toes, keeping the eyes softly shut, continuing that internal exploration. Roll onto one side or the other. Find your way back to that same comfortable seated position. Notice if you're sitting a little easier, if your breath is coming a little calmer, and if you can feel that internal fire burning a little brighter. Inhale the arms out and up. Bring the palms and the energy together up above you. Exhale it down, in between the eyes. May your life be filled with enlightened thoughts. Inhale, exhale, in front of the mouth. May you always have the patience for enlightened speech. Inhale, exhale, in front of the heart. May your heart have the healing it requires to live an enlightened life. Namaste. Take your time. There is no rush. Thank you all so much for allowing me to guide you. I hope you can feel a little deeper burn in that sense of self. And as most of you know, these are all donation-based classes. Those of you here at the theater, there's a donation station on your way out. For those of you at home, there's a donation button on your screen. We ask that you honor the suggested $15 donation if you are able, or leave whatever you can. And I hope that you will take some of this confidence with you and always be honest and mindful when confidence becomes pride. May you have a wonderful day, week, month, year, and life. Namaste.